Hello there, my name is Simone Pearson and today I will be talking about my work placement for the unit Sustainable Health in Local Communities. So the placement that I attended was for the Youth Eco Summit, which is run by Sydney Olympic Park Education Department. So a little bit about the Sydney Olympic Park Education Department. They run workshops and excursions for students, so the students can come to their education centre in Bicentennial Park and they spend their day there. There's different ones on biodiversity, sustainable living, urbanisation. There's also cultural excursions as well, so there's a lot of different things that they do, but basically their Youth Eco Summit for secondary students is the one we helped out with. And they also run one for primary school students in November, which they told us is a lot larger. So they're still working on growing this one. So basically, the Youth Eco Summit is put out there to showcase sustainability. So this year, the focus was healthy transport. And basically the NRMA went to various schools and created a healthy transport challenge. During that time, it ran over 12 weeks and they learnt how to create their own healthy transport initiative. And the top 4 finalists came to the Youth Eco Summit and presented their presentations, and they were able to bring people from their school as well. On the flip side of the NRMA Healthy Transport Challenge, there was what's called the Trash and Show. So at this stage, they've only got 2 schools that have been involved with this. So I guess a weakness of that would be they need to maybe get out there a little bit more in terms of marketing, trying to get more schools involved. But the 2 schools that went were really fantastic, and I'll go into more detail about that a little bit later. But basically the Trash and Show was showcasing how the schools made different things out of different materials. So yeah, we'll go into that a little bit later. So basically we all met up the day before the show to set up, and we're all given this mud mat. So I don't know if you can see it, but basically it was at the key centre, and everything was broken up as to how they need it setting up. So we're all given various tasks in different spots. It could have been hanging things, setting up banners, helping set up the stage. So basically this side of the stage was the stage in the morning where they did the presentations and the Trash and Show. And then at the end of the day, it actually got split into 3 different sections with curtains down the middle. On the far left side here, we had the trashing. So other students, after seeing the Trash and Show, could feel inspired and make different things out of recycled materials that were provided by Sydney Olympic Park. It was really cool because it was all different things that they could just use their imagination to make something out of. In the middle, there was cultural workshop, which was broken down into 3 sections. There was weaving, there was message sticks, and there was cultural dancing run by Josh and Ayula, who were the MCs for the day with Indigenous backgrounds. And then the last one, which we didn't get to see, was the NRMA Healthy Transport Challenge, where they had to download some apps on their phone and it was a competition. This was the event plan for the day. So obviously in the morning we had the introduction, which was done by the MCs, Josh and Ayula. Then they did the healthy transport presentation, so the top 4 finalists all showcased theirs. And then they broke for recess. Then when they came back, they did the Trash and Show with the 2 schools, which were Northmead and Nepean Performing Arts. And then they broke for lunch, and then basically the last part of the day was broken up into those 3 sections. So all the schools were split in 3 and they rotated around through the different sections. So I've just got a little video here that sort of showcased a little bit about the day.
Welcome to the Youth Eco Summit 2019.
Would you be able to tell us a bit more about what you're doing here today?
Sure. So the 2019 Youth Eco Summit is for secondary students to come and showcase their sustainability projects to other students, and today we have 500 students in the audience learning about all ranges of sustainability. So we have cultural sustainability. We also have the NRMA's Future of Transport Challenge, and that is where students have looked at a particular issue in transport and they've come up with a solution.
Our vision is to take passengers out of congestion, placing them 30 metres in the air, forever revolutionising transport.
And then finally we've got the Total Environment Centre's Trash It Parade.
There are a bunch of weavings that everyone in our school has made to put together to make a huge cloak.
Afternoon, all of those 500 students have had the opportunity to actually get hands-on in the cultural workshop, in the trashing workshop, and also with the NRMA's Future of Transport Challenge.
So as you can see, that's just a little clip summarising the day. So yeah, I thought that clip was great to just show a bit of a summary for the day, like I just spoke about. And yeah, so basically, as you saw, Josh and Ayla, they were the MCs for the morning. So they started out, introduced themselves, they played the didgeridoo, they gave a little bit of background on their culture, because one of the sustainability measures focused on for the day is cultural sustainability. So embracing Indigenous culture and not letting it fade away. So making sure that, you know, our youth and our upcoming generations are still, you know, aware of Indigenous culture and embrace it and, you know, learn a bit more about it. You know, on the day there were some people that didn't know anything about Indigenous culture, so it was really good for them to get some insight. It was really cool seeing them play the didgeridoo. They just, you know, did a welcome, spoke about meanings behind things and how they used to live before. And then there was the trashing show. So I'll just show you a little bit about that. So it was really cool.
Totally trashed the Last Supper.
So basically, Northmead made big material things which were McDonald's. So basically the message was that fast food chains are creating a lot of waste through their packaging. So through their packaging, you know, giving free toys to children with their Happy Meals, the boxing, the straws, the wrappers and everything. So there was a really, really strong message in what they did. It was really amazing to see how they'd made, you know, big French fries and burgers and the McDonald's toys. There was no speaking, it was all done through dancing. But the message was very, very clear, and they actually won the award for that day for the strongest message, and rightfully so. It was really amazing.
Version of Totally Trashed the Last Supper.
And then we have here the PM Performing Arts. They actually made so many different garments out of recycled materials, and they were all absolutely amazing. It was just incredible to see that their imagination is just, it's outstanding. It was just really great to see that the young people are, you know, jumping on board and thinking outside the square, and, you know, they have that awareness and they are able to come up with all these things to make these beautiful garments out of recycled materials. And obviously they won Best Trashin because the garments were just really, really beautiful. So they did it just like a runway show. The event itself was just really cool. I've never seen anything like it, and it was just really great to see. It was really great to see that the future is on board with sustainability, and they are learning about it at the school, and it's a really, really important matter that should be discussed. And like I spoke about before, so the NRMA Future of Transport Challenge, this was the one where they went to all the different schools, which brings me to my point of where there may be a weakness in terms of the organisation. So basically, not all schools get the opportunity for the NRMA to attend their school. And I do feel as though it was mainly private schools or specialty schools that the NRMA did attend. So I guess what they could work on is maybe sort of embedding something like this into the curriculum where a lot more schools came. So there was 500 students there on the day. I think there's a lot more room to grow, and I think there is a lot more opportunities for more schools to get on board, especially with the trash and show. There was only 2 schools that came. Yeah, so I think that's something that, you know, maybe a work in progress on how to market or get more into the schools and make it a part of the school programs. So yeah, I've already spoken about the 4 finalists that attended. The winners of this one were fantastic. They basically did this amazing idea where they created a figure 8 loop above ground in Parramatta. So in the city of Parramatta, basically it would reduce transport on the ground, and they would just jump on and they could get to the station without buses or cars. So it would just pick them up and take them all through the city of Parramatta. So it was a really, really cool idea, and they obviously took home the win, and they were really great at presenting it as well.
We put up with the excessive noise. Transport is such a crucial part of daily life, but it comes with many problems that are often neglected. According to former transport spokesman Anthony Albanese, traffic congestion is expected to cost the national economy $53 billion a year by 20.
So they really did their research and had some really good stats on about, you know, the impact of all the transport and, you know, pollution and everything like that. So at the end of the day, after the cultural workshops, basically they did a post-evaluation. So some of the students from ACPE were given the task of walking around with an iPad and it was a Survey Monkey, and it was given to all the teachers. Basically, the overall feedback was that they really thought it aligned with what they are learning at the moment, and that's what brought them to the event. And, you know, some of them complained about a couple of technical difficulties, but that's something that really can't be helped sometimes. So yeah, basically that's it for me. It was a really great day. I got a lot out of it. I'd love to go again actually and watch it. It was just phenomenal to see what the students are coming up with at such a young age, and how aware they are of the importance of sustainability, and how we need to really be thinking about that moving forward with transport, environment, and also cultural as well. Thank you for listening.